What up? What up? What up? What's going on? We live. What is going on? Dang, right? Okay. Let's get this shared up real quick. A few spots. All right, we're looking good. Let me check X real quick. Okay, we pinned. All right. Hmm. Yo. Let's take a look at the weather real quick. um, Detroit and Minnesota. Temperatures at 60 degrees. Winds blowing at 10 to 15 miles an hour. uh, right to left and a bit in from right. San Francisco Giants and New York Yankees. Another cold yet wind. Another cold, wet, and breezy day in New York, but it's better than yesterday. And they played most of that one out until the beating became too much to handle. And then the mound took on some puddles for sure. Um, since they played in the nastier weather last night, I think they'll play this through some on and off light showers. Best guess they will be playing without a delay, but because I'm at least mildly worried about them deciding to play at all, I'm leaving this risk. I'm leaving some risk for now. I hope to lower that risk significantly pregame once I see players warming up. Cold with winds blowing left to right at 10 to 15 miles an hour. Uh, gotta 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 check it out, right? Come back before the tip off, first pitch or whatever, and then see what the weather's gonna look like. Toronto and Baltimore, some on and off sprinkles, showers, drizzle, mist, whatever you want to call it. It's light stuff, and I think they play without issue. Temperatures around 50 with winds blowing in at 10 miles an hour. 50 degrees with gusts with winds blowing in from center at 10 miles an hour. Um, Mid 70s with winds out to right at 10, 15 miles an hour. In Wind System Park, good for bats, right? This Atlanta and Tampa Bay Rays game, I got something for that too, right? Um, Temperatures in the 40s with light wind. Nice. Okay, well, it is what it is, right? I got through some of the slate, kind of busy, gonna be kind of busy today, right? Some of the slate that I didn't see a lot that I didn't like that I did like, but it's a few things that I liked. I'll get to it, right? Pat says, "Good morning. Of course, the weather and Judge hooked me on this hits, runs, and RBI. I'm enjoying Jackson. I use your performance. I seen that too. I got an email seeing somebody signed up. I was wondering who that was. And shout out to Jackson, man. Uh, shout out to Jackson. We definitely got some. They predicted some blowouts and stuff like that yesterday. If we go back and we take a look and see what had happened uh, yesterday with some of these plays, and it came with the spreads and stuff, right? So let's see. Go with the chat has history there yesterday. Home run plays. No, that wasn't it. It was Tampa Bay. Favorite home run plays today. Let's see favorite home run props. Murphy's first back is home run props. Mm, 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 mm. No, it was right. So it was misworded up there. So Uh, so the home run plays. Okay. First, we went with the we looked up no home runs, top home runs right here. They had Lau, Ohapi, Alonzo, Judge, Schwarber. Then we went with the no home runs, Riley Green, uh, Suzuki, Doyle, Soler, Enrique. And the teams, Detroit, Washington, Colorado, Oakland, San Francisco. Then we went with they went with the money line picks for Cleveland, uh, Baltimore, Yankees, Dodgers, Houston. So they did good there. Uh, Yankees took an L. Baltimore didn't play. Then we went with the spread. This is where they went ballistic, right? Cleveland -2 plus 255. A nice plus 255 cash for Jackson. Shout out to Jackson there. Um, Houston Astros -2.5, a plus 240. They Astros start going ballistic at one time, right? So I'm like, damn, it didn't look like it was getting ready to cash, right? But then Houston started putting up runs out of nowhere, right? So shout out to them. They cashed that, right? That was two extremely large um 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 money line spread plays right there. Edmonton, I did not check that. Chicago Bulls, I think the Bulls covered that. Um the Bulls covered that. Let me see. Because last time I checked, the Bulls was the Bulls covered that. And then Nico Heisner, I don't too much know about hockey, so I didn't really go back and check that. But they had a parlay piece on that. So he says Jackson is awesome. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to Pat with the super chat there. Gotta love it, right? Um, just a tiny bit under the weather right now, so I ain't even gonna trip. I got a little. You can probably see I got a little blanket over me. It ain't nothing though. I should be fine once I get done with this power drink, and then and then I and I gotta get a haircut in a second too, man. So you know, but either way it go, let's get to it, man. Jackson definitely showed out, man. I gotta pop this screenshot up there. Matter of fact, let me see. Let me get this screenshot right here. I might have to do this. Screenshot this here. All right, we're gonna put some. Yeah, the bats definitely woke up yesterday. Definitely. Um, let's go to MLB here. Nope, not NBA. MLB here. Um, I looked over some of these games, right? And it was not a lot that I liked, truthfully, from some of the games that I made it to. I think I made it all the way to here to this Atlanta game, right? Then I had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven more games to look at. So I probably made it towards half the way or something like that. But taking a look at where we gotten to, right? So and then it was hard for me to put a read on some of these situations, right? But let's just talk about it. First and foremost, let's get here and let's refresh this, see if we got any lineups ready to go here. Okay, we do have, and I did want to see this lineup here. Larnick, Buxton hitting fifth, Ty France, Korea, um, Castro, Julian, Bader, okay, Warner still leading off. McKinstry looked good. Cole Keith, Sweeney, Okay, Malloy hitting over there. Okay. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. And then over here we got the Yankees, which we got weather here. And it was a weird situation here, right? With this Yankees situation here. Okay, what else do we got out? Nothing here for the Toronto game. Nothing for this Athletics game. All right. Okay. All right. So you say good morning. You don't see the Jackson promo? What talking about my promo code? You talking about my promo code? Jackson snapped yesterday, bro. I'll tell you. I'll tell you. Okay. So the promo code is let me type it in. Is D is D Bets, right? Let me see something here. It's D Bets, Bets, BETS 25, all caps, all caps, all caps. When you I guess when you I don't know how you enter it, but when you go to I forgot to add that link, man. You know what? Let me see something real quick. Let me add this link. See if I can do it. All my little stuff I'm getting ready to update it today for sure. Get ready to update it today for sure. Let's see. Mm, I don't know if I can drop a link in the chat here, but we about to find out. I don't know if the chat. You probably can't drop it in the YouTube chat. I'll tell you what I'll do. Uh, see, okay, that's on Facebook right there. All right, and then the code is D. So if you go to the chat on Facebook, you should be able to click on that link, and then there's the code right there. And make sure you. But then we get done with that. Make sure you slide back over to the YouTube chat, the Facebook chat. I mean, it's all right, but they don't pay. So that's the code, and I'm get it. I'm gonna get it since I just copied it. I'm gonna get it in my bios everywhere, right? Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, X. I'm gonna try to get. I'm since I'm off, I get a chance to probably try to optimize my profiles and stuff like that. Throw Jackson around and throw a welcome video, all that type of shit. So shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate y'all for the support. And let's keep it moving. I got to incorporate Jackson a little bit more. But man, hey Ed, man, how about that how about that good plus money though yesterday, bro? Them they hit they cast the Bulls. I didn't check the hockey, but cast the Bulls, cast the 240, and cast the 255, man. Straight up, man. Cash it, man. Straight up, man. Cash it. Cash. I did a money line parlay with them. I did a money line parlay with them. I didn't go near that. I didn't see it, and they cashed it. They like, man, that was crazy. If I parlayed them two up, that would have been good money, man. I think that would have been a plus 1,000, at least, probably. Oh man, All right, well, let's get to it. We'll holler at Jackson in a minute for sure. All right, so look here. Um, let's get into the slate, right? So, like I said, I didn't have too much right now, and that's fine too. We do this every day. It's not always gonna have all the stuff there. No problem. It not always gonna have the answer for everything. I'm not a professional. I'm trying to come on and help, right? So at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's how it's going to be. And at the end of the day, I forgot to post my parlay, my strikeout. I had a two-leg parlay. I took Bradley and I forgot his name. My boy from San Diego. That cat cashed that though. Plus good plus money there. But here we go. Right. So I did look over some of the slate, and I'll just come at you guys with this. Right. So let's see how I want to do this. Let's get the so here. Okay. So mm, we know Curry Carpenter, we know Torkelson, we know Riley Green, we know what these boys capable of, right? We know what these boys capable of. So let's go over here to Minnesota here. No, yeah, Minnesota here. And let's just touch on the situation real quick. And you can decipher things how you want to decipher things, right? But right now, Jackson Joe, um, he's doing that righties. He's throwing a cutter, fastball, sinker, changeup, cutter, fastball, sinker. So, um, right now, we went to the well on Ty France. I think we could go right back to the well on Ty France, right? He's he got 5 hits on 12 at bats. He's in the last week. He's got a bomb. Buxton has a bomb. Ty France looks pretty good, right? So, despite Jeffers Green, right? Strikeouts are kind of down. Not walking. Miranda strikeouts are down. 321, all that's fine and dandy, right? But as far as when you're looking at well, what have you done for me lately, it's been Ty France with a 2% K rate. The fly ball is down. 325 isolated power with 1300 OPS and a 475 batting average. That's what it's been, right? And then when I filter this here to the last 15 days, which would be this season here, um, I'm looking at um, Ty France. Let me see, last 15 days. Ty France, Buxton, and Korea, and those are the three guys that got the most hits right there. But Ty France's K percentage is still down. His walk percentage was up. So at the end of the day, and then I couple that with the last week, I just say I could probably stick with Ty France. Now anything can happen, or whatever the case may be. We already know that, right? We already know that. So that is what it is. What it is with that situation. So I'm definitely looking at Ty France, and I couldn't talk you off any other guys. That's just one of the guys that's been consistently doing things lately, right? So Buxton and all those other guys, we know who these guys is. So it is what it is to try to speed some of the time up. As far as the lefties go here, we're throwing we got Jackson Job, who I'm not a super big. I don't know how much I could trust Jackson Job right now. With the walk situation and stuff like that to the lefties and the righties, his walk situation is up. He's giving up 4 bombs to righties, 3 bombs to lefties. Getting ready to look at the lefties right now. Fastball, cutter, changeup, curveball. He's got 2 bombs on that changeup. Now, I'll throw up the fastball for right now. Looking at this year, um, on the fastball, you got to look at Trevor Larnach. He's got a 3% K rate on that fastball, and he's throwing that fastball 42% of the time. So you definitely want to pay attention to that dominant pitch and see who's doing what versus that dominant pitch. In the last week, they're not doing too good. Warner himself is 4 for 11 on that fastball. You know we're waiting on Warner to hit that bomb. We know we all waiting on him, right? We all waiting on him. Warner also has a pretty nice high K rate, right? Last year on that fastball, um, Walner batted 250, 287, 310 isolated power. Barrel was up, 44 fly ball rate. He would strike out. He also had a walk rate on it, right? So, he's carrying over. He did like that fastball. You know, mostly the whole industry is waiting on Walner to hit a bomb. Like, yay! So that's the fastball. That's predominant pitch. Followed by the cutaway, he's throwing 24% of the time, and the changeup he's throwing 18% of the time, right? So we'll go with the cutter. And then we'll go with the changeup. And to save some time, I'll throw all that shit up there. Truth be told, because it's a matter of time before I have to get up and get my hair cut before my barber gets here. So, Trevor Larnach, this year the strikeout percentage is down this year. Last week, um, not a lot of super. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Julian 4 for 14, 4 for 6 for 18 for Warner. Trevor Larnach, I mean, if you just want to look at it, I mean, he's 4 for 17. He don't strike out much. The highest strikeout out of the usual suspects here is going to be Matt Warner right now, but he does have power to make up for it. The fly ball is there at 48, and the isolated power is sitting at 267. Hard hit percentage is at 56. Barrel percentage could be better. And then uh, uh, the barrel percentage for Julian is up there. So it's a lot going on here, right? It's a lot going on here. And what I'm looking at is, you can look at it a lot of different ways. You could look at Jackson Jobe right here, right? Right now, and like I say, he's giving up 4 home runs, 5 extra base hits to righties, uh, um, 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 3 extra base hits, 3 home runs to lefties. You see the walk percentage is up at 12% right there. The home run per nine is 2.3, whatever the case may be with that. Fly ball is up. That's versus lefties around 35. That's a match with somebody like Warner. And then you look at the righties there. Um, versus righties, Jackson Jobe, it's still red, right? It's still red. You know, he has some walks. He has some problems with the walks and things like that. So right now, it's a lot of ways that you could look at it, right? You know, these lefties not striking out. I haven't looked at. I mean, the righties don't strike out that much, I would say, but the lefty's not striking out. I want to say he's definitely puts he's picked round pitches. You know, some of his worst ball to lefties there. I have a hard time figuring out what I want to do with this game wise. I was looking towards the over at the 7.5. I was also maybe thinking about a team total over at 4.5 for Minnesota to try to because if I'm undecided on bats, and then if I think they're still gonna put up runs, so it's all type of ways you could skin a cat here, right? I don't bet a lot of games. I don't bet a lot of totals. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But this is a spot where I think I think they can put up some runs. Minnesota, and I like the fact that Buxton is in the lineup. I think there's a spot where they could put up some runs. So looking at the lineup here, now you got Castro. He's going to come around. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get consistent in a minute. Wallner, he's pretty good. Um, he's everybody's waiting on him to hit a bomb. Larnick, he'll walk. He low K rate. Then you got Buxton, France, who's pretty much in fuego right now, and Julian. He pops out sometimes. So maybe you can figure it out, right? On the Detroit side here, I do have France and Walner set to the side. On the Detroit side here, the lineup that they got out right now, they move things around, and I'll show you guys the lineup once I get these players up here, right? And then so like I was saying earlier, the usual suspects. You got Torkelson, Kerry Carpenter, and Riley Green. You know what these guys are gonna do. You know who these guys are. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you the numbers, but it was the other guys that kind of stood out to me, right? So I'll get to those in 1 second if I can go over here, get to Detroit, get to Hmm. Paddock, right? So, versus righties, the fastball 50% of the time so far versus righties, right? So let's take a look at these righties. Go to that fastball. Paddock is what a righty, right? Yeah. So um that fastball. Um So in the last week, Torkelson is 2 for 3 on that fastball. Um, he the power numbers are there for him. Two bombs. Malloy, he likes that fastball. He's 6 for 13 on that fastball this year. Um, Dingler, he's got a bomb. Whatever, right? This fly ball is pretty up there. Dingler. Okay, so I do want to flip towards last year on that fastball and see what Torkelson. Torkelson had 3 bombs on that fastball. He would strike out. He would walk. Power numbers are pretty okay, right? A barrel rate could be higher. Rogers, I don't think he's in the lineup. All right, so go back to this year. Just want to see what they did versus that specific pitch. So since he throws it a lot, right? Now, slider, changeup, curveball. I'll throw all this shit in there. Slider, changeup, curveball. Now that's this year. Uh, Torkelson, he's got 4 bombs versus this pitch mix where he will strike out 27%, but the power numbers are there. Isolated power, 533. Last week, 2 bombs. Damn, is this right? Because I didn't see this shit earlier. Paddock, righty. Um, Paddock's giving up 5 bombs versus righties this season. Fastball, slider, changeup, right? Curveball, fastball, slider, changeup, curve. Damn, I didn't even see this shit. Okay, well, Malloy, Dingler, right? Looking at the lineup here, we got Malloy back here. I don't see Dingler in the lineup, and I see Torkelson right there. All right, so what I do want to do here is I do see, hmm, damn, Torkelson. Look at them velos. Damn, I need to check this out. Wait a minute. So, and there was some good spots we had just get finished betting on him. Yeah, he's definitely a good different person right now. 102 exit velo on the eighth bomb. Yeah, strikeout, walk, walk, bomb, double, double, right? 102, 106, 101. Ooh, strikeout, double, bomb. This pitch mix. Oh my God. Wow. And do I have this shit wrong? I just got to double check. Because I did not see this shit. Let me add him. Damn, let me add Torkelson. ASAP. I'm glad I went back over this shit. I could have had something. I could have pushed the wrong button, man. I could have pushed the wrong button on everything. You can push one wrong button here and fuck up everything straight up. So, I'll put them up there. All right. So, let's go back here. Malloy. So small sample size for everybody. Truth be told, but this 5 for 7, you can't deny that, man. Wow. Uh, Now I want to see. What I want to see last 15 days. They will strike out. This is the start of the season. Okay, it will strike out. But Spencer Torkelson is still he got a 15% walk rate. He's still 8 for 16 there. Okay, that's start 15 days. That's the start of the season. Okay, all right. Last but not least, I will go last 1 year. Torkelson had 8 bombs with a high K rate. Okay, what about the daytime switch? A little bit better at daytime, a little bit crisp at daytime. We're still striking out. All right, so am I going to be worried about the strikeouts here? Probably not. That's another thing. You want to take into consideration pitchers, strikeout percentages, and stuff like that. So it is whatever it is there. Looking at the left hand batters here, where we're going to get Paddock here, 333 average right now. Um, Fastball 45% of the time, changeup, curveball. Okay, fastball 40 something percent of the time. Now you got so we got Keith. He looked good versus that fastball. He will walk. Green got 6 bombs this year. McKinstry's got a bomb this week. He's 2 for 3. Sweeney is 2 for 3 this week, with those two being 2 extra base hits. Um, Gary Carpenter batting 300. Power numbers are there. Will strike out. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This year, got to be looking at this year. So, Kerry Compton, the power numbers are down on this one. Right around Cole Keith. Now he got 26% walk rate, right? Walk. Riley Green got 16% walk rate there. Kerry Carpenter, K percentage is down on this one, surprisingly, and the power is down. Sweeney looks good within the last week. McKinstry got the bomb, right? Sweeney 2 for 3 with 2 extra base hits. Keith, whatever. That's just the fastball itself. Let's throw in the changeup and the curveball. Uh, and he's throwing these pitches. I mean, 20% or better for all three of these pitches. So they're gonna see these. So Keith still got a 21% walk rate, right? The power is down for these guys on these pitches, whatever the case may be with that. But the averages is kind of like still there, right? So Zach McKinstry will be leading off today. He's got a bomb. He's 3 for 6 in the last week versus this pitch mix. He likes it there, right? So let's take a look at last year real quick. Last year, um, McKinstry's averages were down across the board versus this pitch mix. Um, Kerry Carpenter has 4 bombs versus pitch mix. His power was down on it, but you know those guys are who they are, right? You know those guys can go boom at any given second, right? So all right. So let's go back to 15. So this is this season. Since the start of this season, Kerry Carpenter's got a bomb. Zach got a bomb. Okay, small sample size. Small sample size. McKinstry, since the start of this season, he ain't striking out that much on this pitch mix with a 47 fly ball. Keith, 37% walk rate. Sweeney, 21% walk rate. 4 for 12, 4 for 10. So outside of the usual suspects, since the season started, I mean, Keith is 4 for 10 versus pitch mix. Sweeney is 4 for 12. McKinstry 6 for 18, and then you got Torkelson over there looking good too. Looking at the lineup here, then you can put it all together and take a look. That's McKinstry right there. Torkelson's right there. Keith's right there. Sweeney's right there. I even seen flashes where Javier Baez look good, but he can't get nothing from me at all, right? He's gonna go out and hit a bomb then. So at the end of the day, that's how I was looking at things there, right? From this game. Now I can go through the rest of these games. I ain't gonna go through the rest of these games like that. I'm gonna try like, so Sanchez. First of all, let's take a look at Sanchez, right? Sanchez has been playing some good ball. I can't deny it, right? So the next game, like I said, the next game here is gonna be the Philadelphia Phillies and St. Louis Cardinals. Long story short, the over under 7.5, not the sexiest. Schwarber's got a bomb off McCullers, of course. Who doesn't, right? Sanchez is pitching very good right now, right? We got an over under 7.5. Not a big fan of these St. Louis bats. You do need to take pitching into consideration because um, St. Louis, they do got a good WRC plus to start off the season versus lefties, but Sanchez is pitching good, man, straight up. So strikeouts have been there for him. I don't know what I really wanted to do with this game here. The one bat that stood out to me that looked pretty good was on the Philadelphia side was going to be Trey Turner, and I squeezed him in there, right? Of course, they probably gonna beat up on him. They probably gonna beat up on him, but at the end of the day, one of the guys that numbers wise that looked pretty good was gonna be Trey Turner, right? So I ended up throwing Trey Turner to the side. I ain't even got to show you the numbers or nothing like that because I do got a game that I do need to look at. So I ain't even gonna dig off into it like that. But let me see who's in the lineup. Trey Turner is in the lineup, right? So, you know, damn, start leading off again. Mm, okay. So, like I said, as of late, Trey Turner popped for me because the last 7 days versus that pitch mix, he was the one. He got about at least 3 or 4 hits on that pitch mix the last 7 days. So that was the thing. The St. Louis Cardinals bats, it was just I'm just going right over it, bro, straight up. The San Francisco game here at New York Yankees. Um, I like the lefties versus the pitch mix. A few of the lefties there, but last 7 days, and they just been cold. They've been cold. They dealing with some weather shit here. Now it's some other things here dealing with the now. As far as the righties here, Judge, I think he's got 2 bombs versus off this pitcher, and then you got a Goldie with a bomb, right? I think I did put Judge's name down, which I never do, but I put his name down, right? Um, I tell you this. I mean, the lefties for this New York team, they just excuse me, I got the hiccups. They just need to come on with it. The last 7 days, that shit red as hell, man. Like they ain't been doing nothing, right? So and then you got bad weather out here, so whatever. Jung Ho Lee, Mike Yass. I put them down. I wrote them down. Last week they've been looking good. Shout out to who asked me about Jung Ho Lee yesterday. I told him I didn't look into him. He goes out and hit a bomb. Hope he profited off of that, off his own read, right? But long story short, versus this pitch mix, I seen qualities within all the usual suspects, right? So I'm gonna tell you, Jung Ho Lee and Mike Yass, I got them on the list, right? Fitzgerald showed good flashes. First that pitch mix, along with Ramos. Let me show you guys. Along with man, I just couldn't decipher between Adames, Chapman, Ramos, even Flores. They all showed flashes versus this pitch mix. At the end of the day, I can't even talk you. I mean, looking at this game here, name for name, pound for pound, I don't know. I can make a case for the Giants bats looking better, right? Just in general, but I'm so undecided with the pitching situation. That's throwing me for a loop. But man, I mean, I can see instances where Giants still pull this one out. But truth be told, looking at the pitch mixes here, I wouldn't be surprised if I seen qualities in all these Giants bats. That's all I can say. My favorite bats was the lefties, Lee and Yastrzemski. Those were my favorite bats, and I couldn't talk you off. You know, I'm probably gonna like San Francisco, bro. Straight up. Don't give me this stuttering and all this shit. You know how much I stutter and all this bullshit. We gonna lean on Jackson on that one. We gonna go to Jackson on that one. All right, so Toronto and Baltimore. The same thing applies from yesterday, right? When I already felt like this game wasn't gonna play, but if I remember, I liked Rushman, Springer, Vladdy, and Bo for the bats. And I was leaning towards Toronto winning this game. So I was leaning towards Toronto winning this game. Maybe we'll talk to Jackson on that one too. But at the end of the day here, um, it was Vladdy, Bo, Springer, and I couldn't decide. I think it was Rushman, but hey, it is what it is. New York Mets at Athletics, right? I looked at this game this morning. And I had to go to some of the splits here, looking at some of the lefties and things like that. Um, it was kind of hard for me to decide. But looking at the athletics here, they got an 18%, very small sample size. That's the thing, man. Sample size was too small for me, extremely too small. With 64 plate appearances, 18% K rate with a whopping 179 WRC plus. So, I mean, and then you had Peterson on the mound. I had to go back to it, right? So let's go to the athletics here. Um, Athletics. They facing a lefty. We'll look at these lefties. I think when I narrow it down, I think I'm gonna have to look at. There's a bunch of people there. I remember we was betting on Blade last year. I think it might be one of those times this year. He had a specific split. So let's see, right? So let's see. Athletics. David Peterson versus those lefties. He looked good, rather. Sinker, sweep, slider, fastball, right? Uh, Lefty on lefty. Sinker. Now, you had they got too much of a small sample size, so I had to dip on each pitch to the last year. So right now, that's just last year's one. Last year, Blade. Um, on that fastball, on that sinker alone, he had 3 bombs, 4 extra base hits. The strikeouts, was below average, I guess, on that. Soderstrom, small sample size for him. He was 5 for 9. Seth Brown, Blade, he's seen like the second most, right, for the lefties. Lawrence Butler was striking out, but these numbers were from last year. So, you know, Blade showed instances where he could take it deep and pause, right? And Soderstrom is goddamn it. He was batting 500 this year. Soderstrom 2 for 4, and Blade 1 for 2, 2 for 1, whatever, 1 for 2. Put the rest of the pitches up there: slider, fastball, slider, fastball. Small sample size though, man. So I had to fast forward it. I had to fast forward it, man, to last year just to get a glimpse of how they were looking and things like that. I mean, it wasn't too sexy, man. It wasn't too sexy. But whatever lefty they seen this year, lefties they've been seeing, they've been hitting them. Okay. When we're looking at the righties, I might have to take a consideration Rooker today, right? Because I know Rooker likes that sinker, right? So that sinker, where he's got 3 extra base hits and 1 bomb off it to righties, he threw that 27% of the time, but he also threw like 5 pitches. So that sinker here, I had to really dive into it. This year, Brooker has a bomb versus it this week. He's 2-2 versus it this week. And then Shea Langoliers is 1 for 2 with a bomb this week. So that's what they've done with the versus this sinker this week. And then I could fast forward rewind it back to last year where Rooker was batting. He was 6 for 14 on that sucker last year with 3 bombs, but the K percentage was down. And you know how much he strike out. So I had to go back and look and see, how much is he throwing. He's throwing that sinker top pitch 27% of the time, which is man, because he's still throwing 2 more pitches 20% of the time, followed by 2 more pitches with 10% or better. So now it's getting weird. So at the end of the day, I just gonna throw the rest of the pitches in there, change up in the slider, at least the ones that he's throwing 50, 50, 20 some percent of the time. And why did it do this? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What did I do? Something I did. Is there an update going? Yikes! Let me refresh this. Okay, lefty, righty. What was it? Fastball, sinker, Peterson, righty, fastball, sinker, changeup. Okay. Hmm. Uh, and then throw in a slider and curveball. Super small sample size. Um. Hmm. I don't remember. Well, their WRC plus is high as hell. Both of these guys got two bombs versus pitch mix. Do I remember it lighting up green like this morning when I looked at this? I don't know. I go to last year though to get the confirmation, right? 10 bombs for Rooker, 9 for Langoliers. They was striking out. Just up until now, this year, they're not striking out, right? This year, I mean, the proof could be. I mean, it's green, but like I said, small. Sometimes you got to restrict small sample size. So you know, uh, Shea, Rooker. Oh, you know what? Let me filter these at bats. Mm. Shea, Rooker, right? Okay, let me add them. I got a couple more minutes, man. I'm gonna touch on one more game. Uh, and Jacob, honorable mention, Jacob too, man. Jacob Wilson. He just continues to get the hits, right? I tweeted that out yesterday. That boy continues to get the hits. Let's go Shea, and then reset that. Let's go Rooker, not Judge Rooker. Um, reset that. Honorable mention Jacob. Gotta look at Jacob. Look at his hit rate, right? This boy carry he's still hot from last year. Like, wow, right? So he's got to go over there, at least for a hit. That's just not somebody I'm pointing out today, right? But at the end of the day, that's something to keep on your mind, right? So um and then they're going up against the Mets, right? So for the Mets, when I had to do a little fine tuning and stuff like that, and it's still shout out to Nemo. Shout out to Nemo for hitting that bomb yesterday, man. I ain't taking for a bomb straight, but I took his hits, runs, and RBIs. The usual suspects, right? But so at the end of the day here, um, it was those guys again, right? Um, it was Soto, um, Soto, um, It was Soto. Um, whatever. I always forget his name. Let's go. Nemo, Alonzo. First games come on at okay. She got a little time. Okay, so all right. So the Boston. Listen, this is crazy, right? So the Boston game here. Martin Perez. Looking at the strikeouts here, this is crazy, man. But you got to consider it. I mean, you don't got to consider shit, but considering Boston sitting at a 98 WRC plus versus lefties, 125 plate appearances, 12% walk rate with a 26% K rate, right? Um, Martin Perez, not Salvi, Martin. So, mm, this boy here, if he gonna pitch good, he gonna pitch good. He gonna be out there, right? 4Ks versus Detroit, 9Ks versus Minnesota. If he can find his way to 6 innings, hey, his K prop is in play. Just I'm just saying, man. I mean, I know it hurts to say this, painful to say this, but at the end of the day, his K prop could be in play here at 4.5. So I'll set that to the side. As far as the bats here, truth be told, the bats didn't look too sexy. I did not want to wreck my brain with this, but I say if I'm taking anybody for a hit, it's going to be Bregman. Bregman has also seen him a ton, right? Bregman has also seen him a ton. So at the end of the day here, uh, and they just wet the bed yesterday, right? They wet the bed yesterday. That was crazy. I know a lot of people parlays got smoked right there with that one, man. But Bregman, 10 hits on 39 at bats, one double, one RBI, 7 walks, 4Ks. It's batting 256. With that many plate appearances, I mean, I couldn't talk you off him. What I'm saying, getting a hit or whatever the case may be. Uh, I looked at the pitch mixes at times. Jaron Duran looked good. A lot of these guys haven't seen him that much. You know what I'm saying? Then it's for the usual suspects, it's going to be a lefty lefty matchup here. So you can definitely look at somebody like Ref Snyder if he's in the lineup. But at the end of the day, I mean, and then same thing for the White Sox, right? I just couldn't find the bat. I'm not gonna force anything. Straight up, not gonna force anything with a 7.5 over under. I mean, it is what it is. Miami, Washington, Alcantara, Trevor Williams. So another team. Like, if congratulations if you've been getting money with Miami, right? Because I ain't. I ain't been getting no money with Miami. Now, I'm not even gonna throw it out there either, right? Matt Mervis was somebody who I was thinking about, right? So, past that. Sandy Alcantara, beast right now. 70 some percent ground ball rate. His K rate is up. I wouldn't be looking at these righties. Historically, some of these guys have faced him. Nathaniel Lowe, CJ Abrams. I think Abrams might have a bomb. Kyber Ruiz K percentage is very low versus his pitch mix, right? So if I'm looking at anybody versus Miami, it'll be the lefties here. But I just, he's coming off the baby shit. He just had a baby. Like, he might go out here and go ballistic. But, you know, it will still will be those lefties for me. As far as bats from this total game, if I was, I mean, the lefties, the ones that look, I mean, you got Abrams, Garcia, Ruiz, Lowe, Wood, Bell, yeah, right. Um, Nate Lowe looked good. These lefties, let me tell you, let me show you. The lefties look good versus his pitch mix, but you do got to take pitching into consideration. But I will slap the lefties up there for you real quick, and you can make an educated guess. You can make a guess on your own, right? Because I will be betting on Washington this year, truth be told. But this spot, and historically, for his career, Alcantara did pitch his worst versus lefties. Whatever worst that he's got, it was versus lefties. So, lefties there, fastball, changeup, curveball, fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. Okay, so versus Washington this year. So Cabra Ruiz with a 6% K rate. James Wood will strike out. Look at the last 7 days. Josh Bell has a bomb. Wood has a bomb. Abram has a bomb versus pitch mix. Garcia, um, Garcia's not striking out, right? Versus pitch mix. Um, James Wood batting 296, 370. I mean, the fly ball is not up there. He will strike out. Bell will strike out. Nathaniel Lowe will strike out. Um, I can also look at last 15 days, which will be this season. So this season, since the season started, Calvary Reed still not striking out. Nathaniel Lowe isn't striking out. The hard hit percentage is up. His barrel percentage is up. Two, two home runs. Right, he was 5 for 11 since this season started. James Wood, since the season started, he's 6 for 14 versus pitch mix, and Josh Bell. So this is the number since the season started versus pitch mix. Do what you will with this information. That doesn't mean they're gonna go upside his fucking head. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm having trouble thinking, trying to figure out if he's gonna pitch well or these guys gonna hit well. That's the line that's between for me, right? So if you guys can, whichever side of the fence you on, shit, let me know, right? Uh, let me know. CJ Abrams got 2 bombs versus pitch mix. His fly ball is at 50 right now. Um, and the walk rate for these guys, some of these guys' walk rates are up. So that's that, right? I don't want nothing to do with any of them bats on the other side. I just couldn't really put it all together. I couldn't put it all together. But that's what it looks like for you guys right now. And then you can look at the lineups when they come out and see how that shit works. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. We will rewind it back to the weather. Mid 70s with winds out to right at 10 to 15 miles an hour in a wind sensitive ballpark. Good stuff for bats. Now, um, first and foremost, we'll take a look at Rasmussen, right? So Rasmussen has been playing, he's been hooping, right? Okay. So he's been injured here and there, things of that nature, right? So um, back-to-back games with 5 innings pitched and 4 strikeouts. Texas, Pittsburgh, whatever the case may be. Last year, didn't play that many games. I mean, didn't pitch that many innings. Year before last, looked pretty good. Didn't play that many games, pitched that many innings. I could definitely look at his splits. I'll probably have to look at his career, right? Some of his numbers here: 17 bombs versus righties, six home runs versus lefties. Um, his numbers, K rate for his career, 24% to lefties, 23% to righties. So low home run per nine, stuff like that. K rate been kind of solid all the way through. FIP and XFIP is down, right? So, um, taking a look at you know versus righties, right? Take a look at some of these guys, WRC plus and things of that nature, right? Um, Strikeout rate, Atlanta number 4 in strikeouts versus right hand pitching with a 97 WRC plus. Right, the weather is good, things of that nature. So keep that in mind. Right, Atlanta still got big bats, even though they ain't looking too good. They still got big bats. Hey, Markel, let me see them shoes. Right. So they still got big bats. We gonna worry about that. We know that already. 97 WRC plus. It is what it is. Will they strike out? Yes, they will strike out. Right. Do I have interest in the strikeouts? I kind of do have interest. I mean, I do have interest in the strikeout. Somebody like Rasmussen. If we can get him to get us 6 innings, that'd be awesome. 5.5 is a strong number for me right now, but I'll put it over to the side. Let me see what kind of shoes you got, sir. Well, y'all like them ugly ass shoes. These decent though. These light, nice for the nice for the summertime, well ventilated. Nice. They didn't have these in stock at the store. What size is these? You creeping up on me, sir? I wear 11. These 10. These 9.5. That new shoes. Let me check that new shoe smell. Okay. All right. You need some black shoes too. All right. So I'm leaning towards the over strikeouts. Lean. I can see you can getting down to a 5 if you wanted to at a -225 for a parlay piece. I can see that. I don't mind taking a stab there. I don't know about his pitching outs though, but some of these guys could be coming along. Now the bats. I'm looking at. 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 I'm looking at the bats for. I'm looking at the bats for Tampa Bay. Hold on. Let me see. Get some when y'all get done. All right. Some of my favorite bats here in this game and you guys can help me decipher who they are. First of all, we're gonna look at one righty here, and we're getting ready to get to it right now. Let's go to Tampa Bay here. Alex Smith, Shawver, whatever case may be, we're gonna go to the righties, where he's throwing a splitter, fastball, curveball, slider. So, we're gonna go to the righties here, and he's throwing that splitter, immediately. Let me see. Splitter. Hold up. 33% of the time. Fastball is the one they're going to be laying on, right? Fastball. So, Junior Caminero, right? Caminero, however you want to say it. He's got 3 bombs on this pitch mix. The barrel rate is up. Hard hit percentage is up. These numbers are for this year. Um, hasn't seen it this year yet. Let me put the rest of the pitches up there. Curveball and slider, right? Slider, curveball. Um, he's this week. So one of them curveballs, a sliders. He got a bomb off of, right? Um, the K percentage is kind of high. I mean, well, right around league average, and then the walk he ain't doing too much walking, right? So let me check and see. Let me see this. Let's see last. So since the season start, he's 7 for 17 versus this pitch mix, 21% K rate, not walking. Hard hit is up, flat barrel rate is down. Isolated power is there, so he's somebody that I'm definitely going to be looking at. Right, I got him set to the side already. Next, reset this. All this to this. Yeah. Um, might have to do some deciphering here, but at the end of the day, I have to figure out if I want to look at some team totals or who I like and stuff like that, right? So, looking at the lefties, I know a lot of people like Nathaniel Lowe, and especially as of late, a lot of people like Nathaniel Lowe. I wasn't feeling him because I know how much he likes this fastball, right? Versus some of these other pitches that he don't, you know what I'm saying? But he's throwing this Sharper's throwing this fastball at a high enough percentage where I'm probably gonna have to consider him, right? And then it's gonna be enough bats that in a good spot that I think they're gonna be able to hit AJ Smith Sharper kind of hard today. So when I throw up this splitter, which he's throwing the splitter at 41% of the time, to lefties here, and I throw up this splitter, um, I know Brandon Lowe ain't he don't too much. He likes those fastballs. So when you get somebody a fastball heavy, you can definitely consider him. And then, so a small sample size on a lot of this shit though, but just keep it in mind just in case this stuff comes to fruition all the way throughout the season. Then I'll throw up that fastball, and then there goes Brandon Lowe right there, and there goes Mensner, and then there goes these boys like this fastball, right? He's throwing 4 pitches, right? So I'll throw up the curveball and the curve. He's throwing 3 pitches. I'll throw up the curveball, and we'll decipher how we want to do this. So it's gonna be, Junior for the righties, and then these lefties, right? So last week, Brandon Lowe's got a bomb on his pitch mix. He's 2 for 3. Aranda's got a bomb. He's 2 for 3. Okay. Um, this season, Minner's batting 500. Lowe's batting 500 with 3 bombs. Aranda's got 2 bombs. Uh, Misner's K rate is really low. His fly ball is up. Aranda's fly ball is at 53. And then Brandon Lowe fly ball is pretty nice. Rewind it back again so we don't forget that we're looking at the weather. ATL, Tampa Bay Rays, mid 70s with winds out to right, 10 to 15 miles an hour, in a wind sensitive ballpark. Good stuff for bats. Then we bring it back and then we still do some snooping, right? Looking at this, I go back to last year, see how these guys looked last year. Brandon Lowe, he had 11 bombs on this pitch mix. He was striking out, fly ball around the same right now. Barrel was up, isolated power looked cool. Aranda, isolated power was there. Mensner, he had 1 bomb. Barrel was up, strikeouts were there, and then all his numbers looked pretty good, right? So we wound it back here to this year. No, how about last 15 days since the start of the season? Last 15 days versus this pitch mix here. Um, that's what it looks like. So versus this pitch mix, whenever Cameron Mensner seen it this season, he ain't struck out versus it, right? With a 41 fly ball, he only got 1 bomb, 500 isolated power for all 3 of these guys, right? So barrel rates are up, hard hits up. Aranda had a 62 fly ball with a 20% K rate. He wasn't walking. None of these guys really walking, but at the end of the day, that's just how they've been doing versus pitch mix. You can tell these guys like this pitch mix. This is from the beginning of the season, right? From the beginning of the season, all these guys batting 400 or better. Still a small sample size. Do they have to go out there and hit? Are they going to go out there and hit? We can only bet on the spot. We can only bet on the spot. We can only like the spot, bet on the spot, and hope the spot pops for us, right? So I did put all three of those guys down there with Junior, right? Those are the four guys that I put down there. And take a look at the lineups. Lineups probably ain't out right now, but you'll have Junior, you'll have Lowe, Caminario, Aranda, and Misner, right? You'll have those guys, those four guys right here, right? So figuring out who you like the best, that's another thing, right? I can take a look at some of their data here, and you know, let's see. Cameron Misner, expected batting average 330. Um, K percentage down. Random expected batting average 289. Brandon Lowe, expected batting average 316. 677 expected slugging 535 and 593 for those guys. Junior Caminero, Caminero. So I throw some extra shit on top of it, right? So it is what it is, right? Barrel rates. Morel is up. Brandon Lowe is red. Mesner on the way, probably. Miranda is barrel rate is red, right? So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I like those bats. Um, Rasmussen looks good here. And yesterday I took the strikeout props on those are my top two strikeout props. So I gotta start giving that shit out the right way, right? But yesterday it was Taj and my guy from San Diego, right? I parlayed them up, boom, cash it. I should have laddered my boy, but either way it go. But and then a lot of them high ass K rates, sometimes the value just not there. Even though they might hit their shit, the value not there, right? Um, if Drew Rasmussen can find his flow and get his ass about 6 or 7 Ks today, about 7 Ks today, that would be awesome, right? Don't know if I think I'm gonna bet it, but I'm probably gonna take the 5 in the parlay. The 6, I'm gonna take a stab at the 6. I'm gonna take a stab at the 6. He hasn't hit the 6. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. The outs for him, his outs, they don't have his outs out right here. They probably don't have his outs out around the industry, but I don't know, bro. I don't know. Um, Team total here. So there's other ways that you could, look and see if you could feel like they could put up some runs. Team totals here. If you can't decipher who's going to get bats, who's the bats going to be, and you still feel like they're going to put up runs after seeing a lot of green and stuff like that, um, you could look at the team totals. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, right? Team totals, you could do it in the same game parlays. You could do bankroll builders. You can go, you could alternate the team totals. You could alternate whatever, right? Um, who's going to win? I don't fucking know, tell you the truth, right? If I had to bet, it would probably be a Tampa Bay Rays. It's still early in the season. Can Atlanta Braves show up? Yes, they could show up. If you think the Atlanta Braves will win this one, what do you think? Maybe an over then. Maybe an over. You know what I'm saying? You expect them to score runs. I'm not a big fan of Smith Sharper. I think Tampa Bay hits them. So it's a lot of ways. I'm not good at capping games, but game day insights paired with with Jackson and Pine Sports, they can help you. It can help you, right? It can help you. It can help you. Now the bats, like I said, the bats on the Atlanta side, um, I wouldn't look at no lefties. And the power numbers for Riley was there. Ozuna, don't quote me on this. He may have had a bomb within the last week, but we need to keep eyes on Ozuna, right? And like I said, the power numbers for Riley was there. I don't know if that was enough for me. I don't think that's enough for me to consider um consider consider Atlanta winning this game. It would be Tampa Bay or nothing for me in this spot. You can look at the first five team total overall, over or under, money line or run line. We'll see with Jackson if this pops up on Jackson radar today. All right. Um, and DFS. If you play daily fantasy sports, these guys would probably be in one of your top stacks, right? And in the top in somebody's top stack model. So just keep an eye on that situation, right? Keep an eye on that situation. And that is as far as I've gotten, right? That's as far as I've gotten. And that's the end of the early games. This game, 3, 6, 7. 7 more games I haven't gotten to. And what I'm gonna end up doing, bro, is everybody that's watching, I don't know where you're watching at. I'm live on X, I'm live on YouTube, I'm live on Facebook, right? Drop a like, man. Retweet, share it. It don't cost nothing to do that, man. It don't cost nothing to do that. It's gonna help me help my video get more reach. It's gonna help me get more reach, right? So drop a like or whatever the case may be. Shout out to Pat with the super chat. Love it there. You know what I'm saying? Definitely shout out to Pat with the super chat there. And then if you guys got something you want me to look at before I get out of here, let me know, right? We gonna holler at Jackson right now though. These games, I'm definitely gonna be looking at them. I'm definitely gonna be looking at them for sure though. I'm definitely gonna be looking at them, but I don't know. You're probably gonna have to catch me on the internet because I got to go. You know what I'm saying? It's the weekend. I need a little time for myself, shit like that, the family and all this shit, right? So, but you never know. I might pop back. I don't know because my barber. If I do, it'll be right before the second wave of games coming on. If I do pop back, it'll be right before the second wave of games coming on, right? So be tuned for that. Make sure you follow me on social media and stuff like that. I'm not an expert. Don't get it twisted. I'm not an expert, but um, boy, how don't I want to look at this Houston game? Sure, let's take a look at this Houston game one time, right? I gotta look at this Houston game because I think I like. We're gonna see. Let's take a look at this Houston game before I get out of here. This Houston game. This Houston game. This Houston game. Corbin Burns, Chad Patrick, Corbin Carroll. I'm gonna like Corbin Carroll. Um, hmm. Wool, just off the back, Wool might have a problem here. I know lefties, he don't agree with lefties, and they got him. Texas got him. Um, let's take a look at this Angels game, though. I do want to take a look at this Angels game. Uh, yeah, let's take a look at this Angels game. I haven't looked at this Angels game, and I got some interest. For my boy Pat, let's take a look at this Houston's game. Got let's take a look at the Angels side first, right? We're gonna look at the Angels, lefties. Ryan Gusto. Mm. 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 Rengifo, Lona Chanel, those guys not striking out versus this pitch mix. Rengifo's got a bomb within the last week. He's got 3 hits on 8 at bats. Rengifo projected to hit number 2. Mm. Oh man, he's throwing a fastball 53% of the time to right hand batters. Walk percentage is up, whatever innings he's played. Fly ball is up at 40 for whatever innings he's played. Fastball, sweeper, sinker. Mm. Parrish got 2 bombs in the last week. Trout's got 2 bombs in the last week. 4 for 11 for Trout, 4 for 8 for Paris. Just on that fastball alone, Trout and Paris are green. Trout's fly ball is at 62, which is high as fuck. And the isolated power of 500. That's just on that fastball. Karen Paris ain't too far behind him. Karen Paris is actually betting 500. Sweeper, sinker. Taylor Ward got a 43 fly ball with 3 bombs, 263 isolated power. Byron power numbers are up. 11% walk rate. Trout, till Logan O'Hoppe. Strikeouts is up there. He got a 46 fly ball, 2 bombs. Um, this boy is Calvin Pierce, Soler. Last week versus pitch mix. Anderson, absolutely cold. Soler, absolutely cold. Odell, cold. O'Hoppe, five, 5 for 10, 3 for 13 for Ward. Paris, 4 for 11. Trout, 5 for 18. Trout, 3 bombs last week. Paris, 2 bombs. Ward, 2 bombs. O'Hoppe, 1 bomb. O'Hoppe sounds good today. Sounds right, right? He's the odd man out lately. Got O'Hoppe behind Chanel, who's not, in front of Chanel, who's not striking out. Paris looks great first that pitch mix. Soler, meh. Rendifo not striking out. Ward will walk. It's going to be interesting. That's going to be interesting right there. Versus this Gusto kid. This got to be a 10.5 over under. 8.5 over under. 9.5 is an 8.5 over under here. Let me finish something here. Let me see. This season last 15 days. So last 15 days. Mike Trout average is down, walk rate is up, K percentage is up. Um, Taylor Ward, Logan O'Hoppe, Logan O'Hoppe. He will strike out. Karen Paris, Karen Paris, Logan O'Hoppe, Mike Trout, Brett Taylor Ward. Shit. 72 hard hit. Mike Trout logs, sinker. 102 home run, 97 home run, 106 home run, 103, 98, 97. Mm. It's hard for me to not understand. It's hard for me to figure out which one, but they all in play. Let's figure out. Let's figure out. Let's look at this Astros game. Astros side of things. Four bombs versus lefties. Nine extra base hits. Two home runs versus righties. Let's see. Yeah, hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, what you I must have put on that. All right, one. You said 180. All right, I'll send it. I'm doing it. I'm gonna do it right now. Why I gotta do it while you're on the phone? It don't matter. My shit good. My shit goes through. I send cash ups all day, every day. Yeah, all right. It should be there. Hello. Uh, mm. Alvarez got three bombs. Altuve's got a bomb. Jake Myers got a bomb. Brendan Rodgers has a bomb. Crystal Walker has a bomb. Interesting. This is gonna be interesting here. This is gonna be interesting. Damn. Uh let's look. Anderson, 45, 39, 12, 45, 39, 12. The righties, gonna look at these righties first. Left hand pitching. Mm, fastball. Let me see something real quick. Walk percentage is at 14% right now. Ground ball is down. Fly ball is up. Four walks versus Cleveland. Two walks versus St. Louis. A bomb versus Cleveland. Two bombs versus St. Louis. Go figure. This ain't. He might not be the same Anderson that he was last year. I remember him pitching good last year. I forgot for how long, but fastball, throwing a fastball 45% of the time. And this Astros fucking offense been off, right? Like down, but this is a small. This is a lefty, so it's going to be an extremely small sample size. Last year versus the fastball, let's see. Altuve had two bombs. He had 12% K rate. Pena had a 6% K rate with a bomb. Pena batted 350 versus that. The Rogers batted 415 versus the fastball last year with a bomb, 17% K rate. So super small sample size right now. So Yainer Diaz had two bombs. He batted 390. So from what it's worth, I could go back to last year and 2024, and then look at them Astros uh, versus left hand pitching, and take a look then. Right, as a squad, I could filter to WRC plus. Houston was number 5 versus left-hand pitching with a 19% K rate, which is very low, and like I said, a WRC plus of 115 for top 5 in the league versus left-hand pitching last year. The thing, what I'm seeing right now is they haven't seen no lefties this year. Change up, cutter. Let's see, change up, cutter. Go back to this year. Right, 4 plate appearances. All this. That's not enough. We have nothing. We have nothing to decipher how they look versus lefties right now. Just have nothing, right? Nothing. And then last 7 days, nothing. So right now, if you want to look at last year, here it is right here, right? Versus this pitch mix last year, Altuve batted 360, Brendan Rodgers batted 338. All these guys were K percentage were low. Yainer Diaz K percentage was low. So it is what it is with that situation right there. I can't really pinpoint how they're gonna do this year versus lefties. Hmm. Can't pinpoint. Um, how about lefty lefty? Since he's got since what's the name's got 3 bombs off his ass, 4 bombs. It still don't matter though, right? Like I mean, it matters, but it don't. Fastball, cutter, slider, changeup, fastball. I was Alvarez. This is last year because this year, let me see. This year, it's nothing, right? It's nothing. One at bat. So look at last year. Alvarez was off the chain versus that fastball. He loved it there. What up? That's what they going to McDonald's? Absolutely not. No, I'm good. Cutter, slider, changeup. Cutter, slider, changeup. 6 bombs, 22 fly ball, 272 isolated power. Um, so I mean, 28 hard hit line drive, 17 extra base hits, K percentage around 15%. That's that. Houston ain't seen no lefties this year at all yet, really. So I mean, what do you want me to say? What's the lines in this one here? Houston Astros minus 156 favorites. Houston Astros minus 156 favorites. Now, it's one bat. If I have to take one bat, of course, it's going to be Yordan Alvarez, and he's definitely going on the list for the simple fact that, off that history alone, he's got 3 bombs off of, right? So I'm definitely gonna put Jordan down there. Um, and then on the other side, like matter of fact, let me just go to this game. I might, I can see instances. Maybe I might lean towards the over in this one, bro. Straight up. Maybe I lean towards the over in this one. Mike Trout, I like Mike Trout. Um, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna pitch to these guys. Y'all go ahead pitch to them then. It's a lot of guys I like on both Karen Paris, um, Ohapi. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, right? I gotta go ahead and yeah, I gotta get ready to go. But let's ask Jackson a few things before we cap off this before we cap it off, right? Now yesterday, Jackson, he gave us two plus 200 plays, right? And a minus 14 spread. That was lit, right? I didn't check the hockey because the hockey probably went ballistic too. At the end of the day here, we're gonna start off with give me your top home run plays, right? I gotta have to probably do a whole segment for Jackson on his own, like a short form video, something like that. Maybe a quick 5 minute video or something like that. All right, I'm digging into today's MLB matchup, crunching the numbers on batter versus pitcher stats, and factor in all those important important park all important park dimensions to find these guys most likely to go yard. I'll be back with my top home run plays shortly. So here are my top home run MLB plays matchups based on pitcher versus batter day, park factors, recent performance. So they like Bryce Harper, right? With an explanation right there. I'm not going to read the explanation, but they like Bryce Harper for sure. Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge is somebody who I do like today. Jordan Alvarez. Definitely somebody that I do like today. Um, Ryan Mountcastle. Interesting. That's very interesting. If I'm mistaken, he got a home run or so off this guy. Freddie Freeman against my Cubs, which I haven't got to that game. So that'll put you on notice for something, right? So Freddie Freeman, Ryan Mountcastle, Jordan Alvarez, Judge, Bryce Harper, right? That's what Jackson likes there. Um, 5 home runs right there. Um, how about your top? Let me get the top 10. No, 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 not top 10. How about top? Give me your top MLB plays. Top MLB plays today. Top MLB plays today. I'm compiling the list of the top MLB plays for today. Focus on player props and game outcomes. I'll get back to you shortly with the key stats and things of that nature. Okay, so let them cook. We touched on now we know Jacob Wilson ain't, yeah. Let's get to it. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let me close this out real quick. Okay. Um Jackson Turio for a hit. Um he's got a hit in what? Uh, last 10 games. He's got a hit. Jacob Wilson, a hit. You know, he's been on fuego, right? Calvin Ruiz, we just talked about his K rate is so low, right? So low. So it is what it is. Ali Rushman, he is the guy that I did say I liked from that game on the other side of the ball. Um, Soler, um, total bases, 9 of his last 10 games, 9 of his last 10 games, he hit this number. So there you go. Um, Soler, uh, Adley, Ruiz, Wilson, uh, Jackson Churio, and Jackson Churio. Now we had some games that we were undecided on. How about we'll ask Jackson. It was the Detroit Tigers game. Top plays from the Tigers and Twins game. Mm. Tigers money line plus 130 at Caesars. The Tigers are come off a narrow 7-6 victory over the Twins in yesterday's game, showing resilience in a high scoring affair. With Chris Paddock on the mound for the Twins, Detroit's hitters like Javier Baez 2 for 4 with a home run against Paddock could capitalize on his tendencies, which I think he's in the lineup. Paddock has allowed a 350 batting average and a 416 WOBA against current Tigers roster and limited appearances. Backing the Tigers as underdogs offers value, especially in their recent win of favorable battle matchups. You can find this line at Caesars. Remember, yesterday they gave us a -2 for plus 200 for 200 plus 200 plus, and they gave us for Cleveland, and they gave us the Houston Astros at -2 for plus 200 plus. What two nice smash plays, bro? Two nice smash plays. Um, Over 8.5 total runs in this game. Target Field has a slightly hitter friendly park factor of 102, and both teams have shown offensive firepower recently. Yesterday's game saw 13 total runs with Jackson Job, the Tigers, and Chris Paddock, Twins on the mound, neither of whom has been dominant this season. Another high scoring game is likely. Recommendation: the over is a strong play given the park factors recent offensive trends. You can grab this at FanDuel. Did I look at this boy, man. I look at this boy. I looked at this motherfucker, man. Javier Baez, total bases, man. I ain't even gonna read it. Total bases for at a half at a parlay piece. Chris Paddock under 4.5 strikeouts, -110 at DraftKings. Tigers, the run line plus 1.5, -160 parlay piece if you like that. All right. And it was one more game. One more game. It was one more game. I think we're gonna go with the I think we're gonna go with the Tampa Bay. They're gonna be all in on Tampa Bay, I believe. Let's see. Tampa Bay. Now, uh, mm, I like Tampa Bay. I want them. I'm leaning towards the over strikeouts for Rasmussen. I'm looking for them to give me some information on that. Let me take a look at a couple lineups while we at it. See if any lineups are out, and I'm give you guys this last spiel, and I'm out of here. Out of here. So, damn, Mike Yassin. Mike Yaz is leading off. Jung Ho Lee batting third. Those were the two bats I really liked. They bounced Lamonte Wade ass back there. How they coming with that pain? I even liked Wilmer Flores. Had interest there. Rice, Judge, Goldsmith. Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Gunnar Henderson. Rushman is in there. Rushman's in there. New York Mets. Nemo, Alonso Soto. I love all the first four. It's the first four for me. Rooker, Wilson leading off. You mother suckers. Okay, so what's the name not playing? Wilson. I like Rooker. I like Soderstrom. I like Langoliers. Blade. I got interest in Blade as well. Okay. Gonzalez. Damn, I got to go back and check Gonzalez. This game come on at 4 o'clock. Ref Snyder cleaning up versus a lefty. Yeah. Bregman, I got to go back and check some of these K rates of some of these guys to see if I'm going to even take a stab at Perez strikeouts, right? So now I got to go back and check the K rates, right? They got Abreu and Ref Snyder in there. I didn't look at the White Sox. Mervis was a guy. Mm, mm, mm. I just can't. Congratulations to the people that are getting money with Miami. Low, New York, Randa, Misner. That's all the lines we got out right now. Okay. Let's see what he said about this Tampa Bay game and let's wrap this shit up. Um, Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay money line, minus 134 at FanDuel. The Rays are favored to win with Drew Rasmussen on the mound. Rasmussen has been stellar this season, boasting a .90 ERA and a whip of .60 across 10 innings. Has not allowed a home run in his last 51.1 innings and has dominated the second time through the lineup, holding opponents to 180 OPS. Meanwhile, Brave starter AJ Smith-Sharver has struggled, posting a 5.19 ERA and allowing 3.42 batting average in his first two starts. Back in the Rays on the money line is a strong play, giving their pitching advantage and home field edge. You can find this line at FanDuel. Over 8.5 total runs. Both teams have shown offensive potential, with the Rays averaging 3.82 runs per game and the Braves at 3.1. The Braves pitching staff has allowed 4.39 runs per game, while the Rays bullpen has been inconsistent. Giving up key runs in recent games with Wish Service struggles and the bullpen issues, this game has the potential to go over the total. I probably would look at the team total for the Rays probably. Brandon Lowe. Um, Today I like Lowe. Analysis has been a consistent rate. Today I like Lowe. Aranda, he's not striking out, so we definitely know that. He hasn't struck out versus his pitch mix this season. Not the this season, not the pre not the not well, I ain't gonna say preseason, but you know what I'm talking about, spring training versus pitch mix. Solver over 2.5 walks allowed, never never good. Walks, never good. So you could also look at walks here. So over 2.5 walks allowed. You can also look at walks. Walks are definitely golden if you can hit them. Definitely golden if you can hit them. Let's take a look here. Take a look at some of these batter props here. Before I get out of here, let's go over to walks real quick. Warner is a walk candidate for me. Um, um, Colt Keith plus 180. Warner plus 115. these Philly guys, I have to go back and look again. Um, I want to see what the walk numbers are for these guys. Tampa Bay, Aranda 120, Andy, yeah, Misner plus 140, Caminero. Okay, all right. So rewind it back again. Rewind it back here. We're gonna start with Jackson. Um, um, top home run plays: Harper, Judge, Alvarez, Mountcastle, Freddie Freeman. Um, top plays. These are parlay pieces and plays, right? Churio for a hit, Wilson for a hit, Ruiz for a hit, Rushman for a hit, and Soler total bases over a half. Um, top plays from the Tigers and Twins game. Tigers money line. Um, over 8.5. Baez over total base. Under strikeouts for Paddock. Plus 1.5 for Tigers on the run line. Um, top play from the Tampa Bay Rays game. Um, Tampa Bay Rays money line. 8.5 total runs over. Brandon Lowe hit. Aranda hit. Over 2.5 walks for Smith. Um, my bats. Sweeney. Now, when you look at Sweeney and Cole Keith, and I'm talking about the other guys for this Detroit game right now. We know about, so it's gonna be Sweeney. Top bat for me is gonna be top bat for that Detroit game. Let's get this shit out the way right now. It's going to be Torkelson for me, right? Torkelson, and then some other guys you want to look at, Sweeney and Koki for a hit or something like that. And then, your Riley Greens and, Kerry Carpenters and shit, those guys are in play. You could also look at Koki for a walk. Buxton, at least for a hit. Ty France, I like the spot for Ty France. Really like the spot for Ty France. You can look at walks or hits all the way up to a home run for Wallner. Trey Turner, you could look at his hits, or you could look at him for a run. You could look at that. Mike Yaz, I like Mike Yaz, and Jung Ho Lee. Judge, I like Judge. Caminario, Minsner, Brandon Lowe, and Aranda. I like each and every last one of them. Langoliers, Rooker, Wilson. I like those three. I don't mind JJ Bleday. JJ Bleday could smack one today. Soto, Nemo, Alonso, even the first four, Mets first four bats, I like them. Jordan, Trout, and then, you know, these motherfucking Astros haven't seen no lefties this year. So last year they were number 5 in WRC plus versus left-hand pitching. The Angels been cracking shit, right? Last week they've been hitting bombs. Haven't recommended Logan O'Hoppe. Yesterday, Jackson recommended Logan O'Hoppe. You might get an O'Hoppe bomb today. Peace out.